What if I told you there's a conversational superpower so simple that most people completely miss it, even though it can have strangers opening up to you in less than 5 minutes? Here's the thing. Most of us are exhausted by shallow conversations. The same recycled topics. The polite nodding. The how's work? Busy. Exchange for the 100th time. But some people, they have a different experience. People naturally gravitate toward them. Conversations go deep fast. And it's not because they're the most charismatic or the funniest person in the room. The secret? They've mastered the art of listening in a way that almost nobody else does. And in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it, especially if you're someone who's naturally quiet or introverted. Because here's the truth. When you really listen, people will naturally take you where they want to go. Because most people haven't had someone truly listen to them for more than 10 minutes in their entire life. So let's break down this hidden skill set so you can use it to connect with anyone. First up, you need to stop interrupting. And I know what you're thinking, but I don't interrupt. Yes, you do. We all do. Most conversations are filled with interruptions. Someone's telling a story and we jump in to correct a detail, to add our own experience, to crack a joke, or to change the subject because we're uncomfortable.
Person A. So, I was thinking about how we got social media wrong because we were so optimistic. Person B. Oh my God, yes! I was just reading about this. See? Interrupted.
Now, there's nothing inherently wrong with banter and back and forth energy. That has its place. But if your goal is genuine connection, the kind where people remember your conversation weeks later, you need to give people 100% space to complete their thoughts. This means let them finish. Don't jump in with your story. Don't offer solutions. Don't fill the silence. Just let them talk. Here's what's wild. When you give people this kind of space, they'll often surprise themselves with what they share. Thoughts they didn't even know they had start flowing out because finally someone is just there. Now, there is one important exception to the no interrupting rule. You should interrupt if it takes the person deeper into their emotions. If someone is speed talking through something clearly painful or significant, pause them. Slow them down. Get more information.
Yeah, I worked really hard in school mostly because I didn't want to disappoint my dad, which was the main driver for everything I achieved. I was pretty sad during that time. I always kind of hoped I wouldn't wake up the next day.
Most people would just nod and move on because that's uncomfortable, right?
Wait, do you really mean that? That you hoped you wouldn't wake up?
When you slow down to dig deeper into the emotional core, it sends a powerful message. I care. You can be vulnerable here. I'm not going anywhere. Similarly, if someone mentions something emotionally charged, like, I've been doing quarterly psychedelic journeys for the past few years, that's your cue to get curious.
Why? Why are you doing that?
And then, shut up and listen to the real answer. Okay, so someone's getting emotional in front of you. Maybe their voice cracks. Maybe tears well up. Maybe they go quiet. What do? Here's what most people do. They panic. They immediately try to stop the person from feeling upset.
Hey, it's okay, don't cry. Everything's going to be fine. Let me tell you about the time I went through something similar.
And what does that do? It shuts the person down. It tells them, your emotions are too much. Put them away. Instead, offer the least invasive support possible. Sometimes that means sitting in complete silence for 2, 3, even 5 minutes while they process, while they feel their feelings, while they work through what's coming up. You don't need to fix them. You don't need to make them feel better. You just need to stay present. If you do want to use words, remember this. In highly emotional moments, say less. Not, everything happens for a reason, and I'm sure this is all going to work out, and my cousin went through something similar and she's fine now, and instead, I'm here, or take your time, or simply, I'm sorry. 3 words can hold more power than 3 paragraphs when someone's in their feelings. A hand on the shoulder, moving slowly to offer a hug, heart-to-heart contact, holding it a few seconds longer than normal, not with the energy of trying to change or fix them, but just being with them. When someone has processed a big emotion in your presence without you trying to shut it down or fix it, that creates a bond. They'll remember that you were safe, that you could handle them at their most vulnerable. After someone shares something vulnerable or processes a big emotion, there's a beautiful thing you can do. Offer them an empathetic mirror. This means you reflect back the emotional core of what they've said, in your own words.
We've been through something that really unified us as a family. It could have torn us apart, but it made us stronger. It sounds like this person is your rock, like they've been there through everything. Exactly. Yes.
Now here's the key. You're not anticipating what they're going to say next. You're encapsulating what they've already shared. Anticipation, based on your past experiences with other people, comes from the head. Encapsulation, based on this specific conversation happening right now, comes from the heart.
So basically, you're saying women should just give up on equal outcomes? No, that's not what I said at all.
He saved you in many ways, didn't he? Without question, without question.
When you truly mirror someone's emotional experience back to them, they feel seen. Not interpreted, not analyzed, just seen. Okay, so here's the problem. You can master everything I've just taught you, but if you're still having conversations about the weather and weekend plans, you're not going to connect deeply. You need a way to snap people out of autopilot small talk mode. These are questions that instantly drive people into meaningful territory. If today were your last day on Earth, what message would you want to send to someone you love? What has being a parent taught you about how we should live? What's your deepest fear right now? What's something you've never told anyone? What do you wish people understood about you? Now you can't just drop these out of nowhere at a networking event. That would be weird. But here's a perfect segue. Hey, I heard this really interesting question that gets people talking, and I'm curious what you'd say. Boom. You've just given them permission to go deep. Most people will actually get excited because finally someone wants to talk about something real. Here's the thing about all of these techniques. None of them work without the final ingredient. Presence is the ability to let your attention rest completely with someone else, to drop your own agenda, to stop thinking about what you're going to say next, to release your need to be funny or smart or helpful or impressive. And this is hard. It goes against every instinct we have in conversation. We want to prove our worth. We want to be seen and appreciated. We're constantly monitoring, how am I coming across? Do they like me? Was that joke funny? Should I have said that differently? But real connection doesn't happen when you're focused on yourself. It happens when you're genuinely focused on them. So here's my challenge for you. Give someone 10 minutes of your fully attentive listening. Not listening while scrolling your phone. Not listening while planning your response. Not listening while thinking about your to-do list. Just listening. Start with a chunky question. Give them space to fully answer. Don't interrupt unless it's to go deeper emotionally. Offer minimal support when emotions arise. Mirror back what you hear. And stay present. I promise you, you will be shocked at how deep you can connect with someone in just 10 minutes when you actually do this. Look, listening isn't the only skill that matters in relationships. Being able to express yourself confidently, share your own stories, and show up authentically, all of that matters too. But if you're someone who's tired of shallow conversations and wants to build real connections, mastering the art of presence-based listening will transform every relationship in your life. So try the 10-minute challenge this week. And if you do, leave a comment and let me know what happened. I read every single one, and I'm genuinely curious about your experience. If you want more content on communication, confidence, and building deeper relationships, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Remember, your job isn't to lead the conversation. It's to follow with curiosity and care. When you do that, people will take you exactly where they need to go. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.